Good morning, and how is everybody doing this wonderful March day? We made it through January and February. That has got to be an absolutely fantastic winter I've had, but I know what it's like. I've been totally distracted here with all the amazing stuff that's going on. But now it's coming to an end, and it's so nice. Like, we were out this morning at 7 o'clock, went down to the river. It's just so nice to basically natural light. I think we're all starting to feel, that we're coming out of the winter. So hopefully it's not been too brutal for you. So happy March, and happy Saturday. I keep forgetting what day it is. Never mind what month it is here. We've got Jennifer's Theta Healing course going on. It's been really interesting for me, as always, listening to other teachers, because it's so much of what we've been teaching anyway here, just done in a slightly different way. So it's great to know that we're all kind of singing from the same hymn sheet, and that, the words getting out about the power of the mind and the power of the body for healing. And so interesting that the power of the mind really is the start and the finish of it. If you believe, and we were working on limiting beliefs last night with theta healing, do you believe you can, what was it now? It's safe to be psychic? And do you believe you can live without conflict? Do you believe you can live without fighting? Really interesting to see what limiting beliefs we're holding. And obviously in my world, it's, are you believing that you cannot heal? That are you scared of your own body? Because that's what's happened to so many of us. We don't trust the body. We don't trust other humans. We don't trust ourselves. We don't realize our own power. And it's just so interesting to think, how on earth did we get here? And how on earth did we ever believe that man was more intelligent than whatever you want to call it? God, the divine, the unified field, the higher power, whatever it is, there's something going on. And it's way, way more fun when you start to realize that there's an intelligence that we can utilize to help us basically have a much happier life. So anyway, it's March, meditation and mindfulness month. So I'm hoping to get a few of my friends on, Gary, Joe, Jen. I need to coerce them. I was totally off the ball with February challenge, which was breathwork. We were doing it here, but I wasn't there to kind of motivate and stimulate you guys. But I'm on it with the meditation, and because I started meditating myself in January, and I'm still doing it every single day now. I've always had a breathwork practice, and I'm not really sure why. I just didn't like meditating. Simple as that. Closing my eyes, and I just didn't see the point in it at all. But thanks to Reverend Joe Royal, that's all changed, and I'm realising, giving my body that time and that space, shut off but awake, to heal and to relax, rest and repair. That's really what it's all about, giving the body the space and the time. So we're just going to do a very, very short meditation, mindfulness, whatever you want to call it. Very often it can be one and the same. But really what we're doing is we're calming the monkey mind, and we're using the power of our free will to think about the things we want instead about the things that we don't want. And this is always the challenge. Yesterday, when I finished my last retreat of this healing season, it was very much about what were we all concerned about going home? Will I keep up the good work? Will I stick to the protocols? Can I stay feeling this good? Will I break the bad habits? As Joe Dispenza says, breaking the habit of being yourself. And ultimately, that's what it comes down to, breaking the habits. And what habits are you willing or unwilling to break? And breaking habits, as we know, can be very, very challenging. And having Kenny Nielsen here, incredible experience, because it's all about that. He's broken a lot of his habits and helping us to look at ours and look at the mind via the ice. And no breath work, no meditation, just overcoming the feeling of the body, the mind when you stay packed in the ice. Really interesting way to do it. And obviously there's lots of different ways you can do it. Fasting is another great way. Kenny's been fasting, just taking the food out of the equation. To me, that's possibly the most challenging for most people, although I'm sure ice is very challenging for people too. Some people won't even have a cold shower or go in the cold water. So taking food out is just too big of a stretch. But that's okay. Certainly used to be a big stretch for me. It's just when you decide, right, okay, and you realise that's how the body heals, that's how you can quieten the mind. And that's the same with meditation. Now meditation's in there. This is what we can do to really calm the mind. So what I wanted to talk to you today about was Herbert Benson's The Healing Response. Let me get a link up for you, because I read this book, 30 years ago. And I was like, wow. And it is really, I didn't kind of think about it much at the time as I like to do now, which is basically understand with the conscious mind, but why does that work? I'll put this in here for you. You can have a look at it. And really what he found was when people went into what he calls the relaxation response twice a day for 10 minutes, the body started to heal. I mean, it's just crazy. It's so simple. So what we're going to do, and we're just going to do it for a few minutes, because it's just an introduction, and hopefully you will start and introduce some kind of relaxation response into your day. And it always comes down to time for people. How much time have you got? Now, you do this with your eyes closed. As soon as you close your eyes, you start to change the brain frequencies. And really what we want to do is change the frequency of the brain and get into coherence. And all we're going to do, you can say whatever word you want, but this morning we're just going to say to ourselves, Om. So you're just repeating that word, Om. You can say one, unity, peace, or your own word, doesn't matter. So just close your eyes, and I'm going to time you just for 2 minutes, okay? So close the eyes. Let's do the 4-7-8 to get into it. So breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and out for 8 with the tongue and the gum above the front teeth. In, hold, and out. And in, hold, and out. And in, hold, and out. Okay, so just close your eyes and say to yourself, Om, Om, Om. Just in your own mind, say it. And you can use the breath too. Whatever feels easiest, make it easy and nice. You can make it elongated. Again, just in your head, not actually saying it out loud. And using any mantra or any repeated phrase helps keep the mind, the monkey mind. So just keep repeating. Bring the mind back to the word. Mindful breathing. And back to the word and back to the breath. And just allow the body to completely relax. And allowing yourself to go into coherence. Easy peasy. Just repeating Om into your mind. Using the breath very deliberately and consciously. So well done, that's a wee 2-minute introduction for you. So you can see how easy it can be, but the knowledge, as we know, does not heal us. It is the repetition, the repetition. Now there seems to be something about 20 minutes a day. I do my 20 minutes when I wake up. Herbert Benson's doing the relaxation response twice a day, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. Maybe you do 5 minutes 4 times. There's so many different ways to do this, but it's the nervous system, because so many of us are running in fight or flight, and we're poisoning ourselves with the stress hormones, and we're staying in a drama state. So it's really quite simple. Are you in that fight, flight, fawn, freeze response, or are you in the rest, restore, repair, regenerate state? Because that's the choice. And if you are healing, and if you want to think straight, and if you're raising a family, and I understand you've got kids running around, but finding a wee space in the day, maybe when you go to bed, just to do this. I'm going to be hopefully getting some great teachers on to help you with this. Really don't put it off by thinking you've got to sit for an hour with your legs crossed, because you don't. You can do 5 minutes. You can do the 4-7-8 breath, just that one thing. It takes 1 minute, but it's making it a practice. And what you tend to find, if you commit to the month of March to do this every day, adding another minute on, and just building in the practice so that you actually start to enjoy it. And you realize because so many of us are dragging the past around, living through the old trauma, trying to suppress it down. When we go into this meditative state, the body can go in and delete the old files. We can also do that by letting go. We'll be doing that as well. But really, primarily, you can do all of this yourself once you understand how to self-regulate. And once you actually pull your pants up and decide, nobody's coming to save me. I need to take care of this body, because I don't know if you've noticed, but nobody else can really do it the way you do it. Nobody knows you the way you do. And I know that fear is a huge crippling people right now, and it's all illusional in nature. So we need to use these tools to survive the madness. So yeah, so please spread the word, share the videos, We have our festivals coming up. So we're back 3 weeks back in Skye in Broadford. We've got a whole buffet banquet of incredible healers, teachers, leaders there for you. It's just going to be amazing. And then we're in Tarbert 2 weeks after that. Is it 2 weeks or maybe it's 3 weeks after that? The 11th to 13th of April in Tarbert. And then Claire and I have got our Scotland's Wild Medicine duo retreat in Lochalan at the end of April, where you're going to get the most amazing Scottish food straight from the land. Claire Cameron's going to be there with massage. Claire's going to be there foraging and teaching you how to make your own medicines. It's a spring detox. Let me just put the link for that on there for you too. Oh, my battery's about to die, so I better get off here. I'll put the link in for our retreat too. But anyway, I better go. Have a wonderful day. Mindfulness and Meditation March. Please join the movement. Chat soon.